Welcome to week 4 of the August Wellness Challenge. Can you believe we've already gone through 3 weeks? We've learned how to build atomic habits. We looked at our physical health and we even looked at our mental and emotional health, just changing it one step at a time. And so now what we're going to do is look at what scientists have said is one of the most important contributor when it comes to mental emotional wellness, and that is social connectedness. So let's come dive in and let's build a community together as we learn how important it is for these villages that we have in our life. And we're going to start right here. So before we dive into the how, let's talk about the why. Harvard study of adult development, one of the longest running studies on human happiness, has followed people for over 80 years. Their conclusion? Good relationships keep us happier and healthier. But here's what's fascinating. It's not the number of relationships that matter most. It's the quality. One deeply supportive relationship can be more beneficial to your health than dozens of surface level connections. Strong social connections have been shown to boost immune function up to 50%, reduce inflammation in the body, lower rates of anxiety and depression, increase longevity to equivalent of quitting smoking, and improve cognitive functioning as we age. And here's the beautiful part. Building meaningful connections follows the exact same principles as building any other healthy habit. Small, consistent actions compounded over time to create profound transformation. So let's dive in. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I am so busy. Jen, I barely added 20 minutes of routine to getting up and being more exercise and more active, and you want me to add being social? I work really hard so I don't have to be social. And I am saying to, again, how we zoom out and redefine what social connection means to you. Be able to be present in a social situation and find value in it, not get stuck in the negative dynamic of attachment and finding it to be a burden or overwhelming or fearing your performance. When you have genuine support in your life, you're more likely to stick to your health goals. You recover from stress faster. You make better decisions because you have perspective. You feel more resilient when facing challenges. You experience more joy in your success. The goal isn't to become a social butterfly or to maintain perfect relationships with everyone else. The goal is to nurture a few key connections that truly nourish you and to show up as someone who nourishes others in return. So let's build micro habits for meaningful connection. We'll get practical. Just like with our physical and mental health habits, the most powerful relationship building practices are often the smallest ones. So we're going to break this down into categories like we did last week. Category 1 being daily connection touches. These take less than 2 minutes but create lasting impact. Try a good morning text. Send one person a genuine good morning message once a week. Not just good morning in air quotes. Something specific like, I hope your presentation goes well today, or thinking of you. Remember, you're sending the text out into the world. You're not expecting a text to come in return. It's being present with the connection of putting yourself out there. The next is a 2-sentence check-in. When someone comes to mind, don't just think about them, reach out to them. Hey, you popped in my head today. How are you feeling? What was the thing, mention the thing that we talked about in the past. Check in on how things are going. And lastly, a gratitude share. Tell someone specifically what you appreciate about them. Not you're great, but I love how you always ask thoughtful questions. That helps me to see things differently. Category 2 is a presence practice. It's to transform the quality of your existing interactions. So think about phone down, eyes up. When someone is talking to you, put your phone face down or away completely. This simple act signals that they have your full attention. A reflection response. Instead of immediately sharing your own experience when someone tells you something, reflect back what you have heard first. It sounds like you're really excited about this opportunity, but also nervous about the timing. And finally, a follow-up question. Instead of moving on to the next topic, ask one deeper question about what they just shared. What part of that felt most challenging for you? And the third category is scheduled connection. These build consistency in your relationships. A weekly friend date, scheduling 15 to 30 minutes once a week to just catch up with one person. It could be a coffee date, a walk, or even just a dedicated phone call. A Sunday send. Every Sunday, send a message to someone you haven't talked to in a while. Keep it simple, just thinking of you. What's been the highlight of your week? Monthly relationship audit. Once a month, look at your relationships and ask, who have I been neglecting? Who have I been especially supportive? How can I show appreciation? And here's something crucial. Building relationships and connections are not about followers. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. It's about that meaningful time spent with just a few people, not trying to grab as many people in your life as possible. That's where it gets overwhelming. We try too much. We have these perceived expectations that we need to bring in. So think about your current relationships. You probably have an inner circle of 3 to 5 people you could call in a crisis. Close friends is about 10 to 15 people you see regularly and share more personal details with. And then you have the acquaintances, a broader network of people you enjoy but don't share deeply with. The goal isn't to move everyone into the inner circle. That would be exhausting and unsustainable. The goal is to be intentional about nurturing each category appropriately. For your inner circle, consistency and vulnerability. For close friends, regular connections and genuine interest. And for friendly acquaintances, warmth and openness when you interact, but setting emotional boundaries for knowing how much you can possibly give. The most important question isn't how many friends do I have? It's do I feel seen, supported, and valued by the people in my life? And do they feel that way about me? So let's address the elephant in the room. Not all relationships are healthy and supportive, and some leave us feeling exhausted and pull us in that negative dynamic. There's such a trigger and there's such a trauma bond that keeps us coming back. So let's look at that next. Building meaningful connections doesn't mean trying to fix every difficult relationship in your life. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to create boundaries or limit contact with people who consistently bring negativity or chaos. Here's a simple framework. Nourishing relationships invest more time and energy here. Neutral relationships maintain with kindness but don't overextend. Draining relationships set clear boundaries, limit exposure when possible. Remember, you're not responsible for managing other people's emotions or fixing their problems. You're responsible for showing up as your best self and protecting your own well-being. The atomic habit approach works here too. Instead of dramatic confrontations or sudden cutoffs, make small adjustments to how much time, how much energy you invest in the relationships that don't serve you. Don't just say a wide sweeping, I'm done with you. Find an opportunity to say a text for somebody who likes to call and dump all of their stuff. Say, I'm busy right now. I'm in a meeting right now. Let me know what this is about. Set a boundary. Force them to admit to kind of what it is their intention for interacting with you. You're helping them as much as you are helping yourself and the relationship. As we wrap up this challenge, I want you to think about how your relationships can support your ongoing wellness journey. The habits you've built over these 4 weeks, they're more likely to stick when you have the people cheering you on. Consider these questions. Who in your life supports your wellness goals? Who might benefit from joining you in healthy habits? What kind of support do you need most? Accountability, encouragement, or companionship? Some people need workout buddies. Others need friends who won't pressure them to drink. Some need family members who understand their stress management practices. There's no one size fits all approach. Your challenge is to identify what kind of relationship support would be most benefit your wellness journey. Then take one small step to cultivate it. Maybe that's asking a friend to be your walking partner twice a week. Maybe it's starting a group chat with family members who are also working on healthy habits. Maybe it's simply telling someone you trust about your goals and asking them to check in with you occasionally. No matter what the goal is or what it is you seek, make it small, make it meaningful, make it consistent. So your challenge this week is beautifully interconnected. Choose 2 connections for micro habits from what we've discussed and practice them consistently. Identify your relationship priorities. Who are the 3 to 5 people you most want to nurture connections with? Make one meaningful reach out to someone you've been thinking about but haven't contacted. And practice presence in at least one conversation each day. Phone away, full attention given. Be present, be connected, be reflective. And your bonus challenge is notice how building connections impact your other wellness habits. Do you feel more motivated, accountable, joyful, purposeful? Pay attention to the ripple effects. And as we close out this August Wellness Challenge, I want you to remember something, that you haven't just built individual habits over these 4 weeks. You've built a foundation. You've proven yourself with these small, consistent actions. And the relationships in your life, they're not separate from your wellness journey. They're interconnected with your physical, emotional, mental health, the atomic habits that will lead you to success. And you've spent the month investing in these experiences and their interconnected aspect to your life and a life well lived. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of this community, and let's continue to build our wellness village together. These habits that you're building for awareness, acceptance, and action are going to take you into each and every wellness challenge. You will grow each month. So keep growing, keep going, keep connecting. You're exactly where you need to be.